watch this by play. He gets over to the corner of the ring and just ignores.
Weighing 250 pounds from Sweden, Karl Johnson.
Karl Johnson, Stockholm, Sweden, gets a nice hand.
In the right corner, weighing 270 pounds from Walpee, Canada, Chief Brave Wolf.
And now it's wrestling. Chief Brave Wolf of Walpee, Canada, and Karl Johnson of Stockholm, Sweden. The Chief comes in weighing 270 pounds, and Johnson at 250 pounds. Two of the biggest men we've ever seen in the ring together. Usually we find one behemoth and the other one sort of just a little fella at around 210 or 220 pounds. 270 and 250, 520 pounds of bone, gristle, and muscle in the ring. Stan Pinto, big enough man to take care of both of them, laying down the law. And the Chief wearing his very colorful native headdress. Johnson with a few questions, speaks with just a little bit of a Swedish accent. Ready to go. Johnson, a question about the Chief's moccasins. Chief, coming from Walpee, Canada, has been wrestling all through the great northern country. You shake hands and they're ready to go. We assume the Chief is going to take off his headdress, also the loincloth, wrestle in the standard trunks. He probably will keep his moccasins on, however, though we have seen some of the Indian wrestlers on other occasions that prefer to wrestle barefoot. Johnson's a tremendous man, tremendous bulk of a man, 250 pounds. Well, here's a surprise. Here's a surprise. The Chief Brave Wolf is partially bald, and where he does have some hair, he has it pretty well shaved off. Reminds us of some of the great Turkish wrestlers that we've seen. Now we're ready to go. Bad Wolf, or Brave Wolf, rather, is starting to make him the villain of the piece here. Bad Wolf. Brave Wolf, and he does prefer to wrestle barefoot. It moves in. Karl Johnson. Looks like it's going to be a test of power right off. Somewhat reminiscent of the great Japanese wrestlers who stamp their feet a little bit, look at each other and force each other and grunt and groan and like to show a little power, see who's going to scare. Tremendous physique, Brave Wolf. These boys break clean right off, but they have that look in their eye that says, one false move, brother, and that's it. We were just about to say, not a sound out of Brave Wolf, but here he is taking a tremendous punch to the stomach. He got a warning from Stan Pinto, the referee, and Brave Wolf can tell you right there that that man packs a tremendous wallop in that right hand. Stan Pinto apparently thought that was quite all right. He told Brave Wolf everything's okay, quite legal. I think that was away from the camera. Karl Johnson tried to get a grip on the Chief's head full of skin, and that's what he got, a head full of skin. It's a tremendously powerful headlock. You can see as he pulls it around there, the Chief. Here he comes. A little quick thinking on the part of Mr. Karl Johnson. 250-pound giant from Stockholm, Sweden. Got a lot on the ball, a lot up there in the upper story. He knows what to do. Little sidelight on the match. We happen to be right near sail down the Mississippi River all by themselves. Look to be about size 15 and a half. A mighty big boy. We're not going to say that Johnson was scratching Brave Wolf's leg, but it's all red along the back where someone's fingernails were moving in rapid succession. Johnson complains the chokehold's got his tongue hanging out a little bit. Stan Pinto says it's okay with him. Everything seems to be all right. Johnson's just a little bit put out. What about that choke, he says. Well, I don't know. There's nothing in the record book says you can't do that. Even size 15 and a half feet hurt when you step on them. Ooh. Here goes the famous airplane spin. Karl Johnson of Sweden. They've got airplanes over there. Down comes the Chief and a tremendous elbow smash. A body press. 2, 3, and there it is. And the winner is Karl Johnson of Stockholm, Sweden, over Brave Wolf. The time, 12 minutes and 22 seconds. Now, once again, it's wrestling, and the special event of the evening, it's Brave Wolf, the Chief, over here in the red corner, just above our microphone, and in the black trunks and black stockings, Karl Johnson of Stockholm, Sweden. Brave Wolf, 270 pounds. Of Wolfe, Canada. Karl Johnson in a little trouble right off the start of the match, and a complaint to the third man in the ring, Stan Pinto. Big Chief, a tremendous giant of a man. Chief wrestles barefoot, as you probably notice, and is apt to take a little punishment just from that fact. Can't get his toes tread on, and there they go. The boys are starting to act up early, a little bit rough. Johnson didn't mean to strike Pinto, the referee, then. Actually, he didn't strike him. He said, I was doing this. Just doing this. It's a headlock by Karl Johnson. You get 250 pounds wrapped around your head and see what you think of it. Not able to catch all those blows directly. And Stan Pinto, the referee, is not able to catch them either. And that's the one saving grace for some of these wrestlers that get away from the referee and are able to apply some of their little tricks that otherwise would not go unnoticed. Brave Wolf at 270 pounds, a lot of weight to be pulling around there. It's Johnson. Here we go with the old rope act, rivaling only right up in his eyes. Brave Wolf is giving Johnson a lot of trouble with his eyes, holding one hand on his chin. A beautiful wallop. I don't think you could catch that from the camera angle. But you can see the result. Get him away, get him away. Mighty rough customer, this Brave Wolf. Brave Wolf. Beautiful reverse slam. Brave Wolf with a body press, and it looks like it may be. No, it looked like it might have been all over momentarily. Just magnify that sound you heard coming over the microphone about 10 times and imagine it applied to your back. like Wolf in trying to get that arm around to do a little damage to Karl Johnson. Get it in trouble with an arm bar. Applied by Karl Johnson. We're out of the action. We can't see it. Brave Wolf is biting Johnson's hand. He's biting his fingers. He has two fingers in his mouth. And again, Johnson is complaining to the referee. One more time, and out you go, he says. One thing we know for sure, Brave Wolf has a good set of teeth. Bad enough, that knee lift to the back. We can do without the kick, says Mr. Brave Wolf. And again, it looks like there's a little trouble at the mouth. Karl Johnson trying to turn Brave Wolf around so that Stan Pinto can get a clear view of the entire proceedings, just in case there is a little dirty work along there. Stan Pinto is calling for Karl Johnson to back up as he counts over the chief. He's allowed to count 10 in the ring. And he's back ready to go once again. Ooh. Airplane spin. Round and round he goes, and where he falls, nobody knows. Oh! There's a comeback. There's a reverse, a body press by Brave Wolf, and it's all over. 1, 2, 3, and Brave Wolf the winner. 8 minutes and 22 seconds. Wolf of Wolf became the winner over Karl Johnson of Stockholm, Sweden. Once again, it's time for big-time wrestling. Here we go. It's Chief Brave Wolf of Wolf, Canada, Karl Johnson, a return match from Stockholm, Sweden. Karl Johnson, 250 pounds, wearing the dark trunks and the dark stockings. Chief Brave Wolf in his bare feet, 270 pounds from Walpy, Canada. Karl Johnson keeping away from the Chief. He wants none of this vicious-looking 270-pounder. Watch the fists, he calls to Stan Pinto, the third man in the ring. Chief reminds us at times here of some of the great sumo wrestlers in his particular stance. One of the peculiarities of the Japanese wrestlers, that wide leg stance. Way down, beautiful leg snatch. There it is, beautiful. The reverse step over toe hold. Karl Johnson taking a lot of punishment on that. Gets the question from Stan Pinto, the third man in the ring.
Leave it on. He wants to go ahead with it.
Johnson, of course, reaching for that rope. If he can get the rope, it's all clear. He can get a release on that hold.
Karl.
Brave Wolf with a punishing hold on Karl Johnson. Stan Pinto, we didn't quite get that action. We couldn't see from this side what Karl Johnson was actually reaching for over there, but he did get a nice smash on his hand. It's illegal to pull hair, and Karl Johnson finds out it's not only illegal, it's impossible when you reach for a head full of skin from Brave Wolf. He's got his ear. He's got hold of his ear, and Stan Pinto sees it, getting hold of Karl Johnson.
Hey, ref, leave him alone.
Stan Pinto Pinto can't see it, the referee, but Chief Brave Wolf is being pulled off balance, as you can see, by a trunk grip, and that is absolutely against the rules. Of course, the referee can't see it, he can't see it, that's all there is to it. Out of the ropes, and he'll be broken up once again, perhaps. These two tremendous men, really big men. 270 pounds, 250 pounds from Walpi, Canada, Chief Brave Wolf. Moving right in, it's Johnson. Johnson has a face lock on the Chief. Probably one of the most punishing holds in the wrestling game. Rocking chair scissors, body scissors. Now it's gone over to the side. Though Johnson's applying the scissors, actually, Johnson is taking an awful lot of punishment from that extra squeeze by Chief Brave Wolf. Stan Pinto is watching Johnson's shoulders. Chief, at the same time trying to pull those legs apart, is holding Johnson's shoulders down, and Johnson, figuring that he's actually the aggressor, does not actually recall that his shoulders are down, so hence a man can accidentally become pinned without even thinking about it. A little bit of a mouth lock, we could call it, and the Chief, that head isn't meant to unscrew, and it looks like Johnson wants to do just that. Turn it around a couple of times, take it right off of his shoulders. Chief's in a peculiar position of being able to do a lot of damage, and at the same time he's limited because of those thrusts. 250 pounds and a couple of legs around you that snap like steel springs. Away from the camera, you can't see the Chief. Chief Brave Wolf has that left hand right down around the neck of Karl Johnson, holding his chin back just enough to keep it from being a stranglehold. Not able to get off that Sunday punch that he just loved to throw. Ooh, a tremendous smash. 270 pounds of Canadian Indian behind that. I don't know of a hold more punishing than the knee lift, and Johnson manages to roll just outside the ropes. Enough for just a little bit of a rest, if you can call a kick in the back a rest. Away from the camera, we describe that. He actually has an arm and leg scissors, or in the vernacular of the game, the short arm scissors, and it's a mighty punishing hold and taking its toll for the moment on Karl Johnson of Stockholm, Sweden. All Brave Wolf has to do is hold that arm in there if he can. He's got Johnson. But if Johnson once gets on his feet, he can lift Brave Wolf up and bounce him on his head, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get on his feet at all. Stan Pinto, the referee, watching very closely. When the action slows up like that, it's just a battle of endurance. Just a battle of endurance. Try to wear him down if he can. Johnson's reaching for that head full of skin again, and every time he seems just a little more disappointed when he finds out there's no scalp lock on the Chief. And a mighty good idea it is, too.
Bring him over here. Here's the doc.
You can't see what's going on. It's probably right in front of the camera. You can see it. It looked like a little toe work in there, a toe hold by Karl Johnson, enough to cause the Chief a little pain, but not enough to cause him to break up that arm and leg scissors. Stan Pino, the referee, is being called around there to check on that toe hold. And Stan has about the same view we have from this particular edge of the ring, and he can't quite see it until he gets right down there, right underneath the boys, trying to see what's going on down underneath.
I should say, the Chief must be
Karl Johnson was the heavyweight wrestling champion of Sweden before coming to this country. He's been barnstorming all through the United States, taking on all comers wherever he could. Tactics aren't exactly the cleanest, but then he hasn't had too much trouble from his opponents along that line either. Johnson seems just a little bit peeved that a few members of the audience, I mean, perhaps you can catch some of those words he's shouting over the audience, or mumbling, we should say. Both the Chief's feet locked in that position as they are give him a tremendous disadvantage. He's unable to gain any leverage. Chief's in a mighty bad way.